Hey guys, welcome back. This is my series on goals and meaning. And if you did not see my last video, I recommend you going back and taking a look at it because this one won't make a whole lot of sense. If you did see it, welcome back, and you will remember that there were three main things that I looked at. Now, I didn't number them in the other video, but the three main takeaways that came from the last video was this. With goals, you need to be specific, okay? Having more money or being a better parent or a better spouse, those aren't specific. Making $2,000 a week, playing every night that I come home from work with my kids, or planning a date night every single week, those are specific. Be specific with your goals. The second one is you need to value what your goals are. They need to be important to you. If it's not important to you, many people will make goals based on what they believe is important to them, but it's not actually important to them. And that's why January 1st, the gym is full. January 10th, the gym is mostly empty. But the last, and definitely not the least, maybe even one of the most important steps for this is lead with action. Leading with action, or taking action, is directly correlated with achieving your goals. When it comes to values, remember that in this specific context, values mean nothing more than what is important to you. They are a direct reflection of who you want to be. And so we're going to be looking at 6 domains of your life. You have relationships, you have faith, religion, spirituality, you have education and work, physical health, you have your home life and responsibilities, and then recreation. And recreation is very important. Don't forget recreation. Wants are just as important as needs. In fact, you need wants, because if life is just work, 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 just to get what you need, and you're not enjoying it, is it really worth it at that point? Most people would say no. Values reflect your self-concept, who you want to be, or just maybe who you are. Clarify your values in each one of the domains, okay? So let's say relationships. Let's say you want stronger, healthier relationships. Okay, that's an overall value, but that's not a specific goal. Maybe it's, I'm gonna call a friend once a week, Monday night, every Monday night. That's very specific. If I'm gonna call my friend Evan Profont every single Monday night, that's extremely specific. Maybe you want to be a better Christian, or you want a stronger faith. So specifically, what are you going to do? So if you look at what you value in each one of these domains, you're going to find what goals you should set. And so that makes it actually a little bit easier. So you don't have to sit there and be like, what do I really want? Just look at the domains and figure out what it is that you value. Maybe you value your sleep. Maybe you want to look better. Sleep is directly correlated with the way that you look. Lower stress levels, right? More energy, right? So if that's the case, maybe specifically you're gonna say, I'm gonna try and get to bed at 11 o'clock, and I'm gonna try and get up at 7 o'clock. That's a good 8 hours of sleep. Maybe get to bed earlier. And don't forget too, that when you look at sleep, just as a side note, when you look at sleep, look at it as an investment. It's an investment in tomorrow, it's an investment in the future, and it's an investment in your overall health. So identify life-giving values, things that are going to bring a sense of purpose, a sense of life, a sense of meaning, right? Things that are going to bring those to your life. Like I said, they have to be important to you. If they're not important to you, if they don't give you a sense of meaning or accomplishment, you're not going to want to do it. It has to bring either a sense of enjoyment, a sense of accomplishment, or possibly both. Remember, the goal has to be challenging and rewarding at the same time. So you go through these 6 domains and then you rate them from hardest or easiest to hardest. In one of the books that I was reading, it talked about rating these, giving it a 1 to 3. You could do a 1 to 10, scale 1 to 10. I always like to do scale 1 to 10, but 1 to 3 might be good. 1 is like the easiest. Oh, it's so easy. I could do that, no problem. I could start tomorrow. Or a 3, wow, it's gonna take a couple months for me to plan. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down a list. So you write out each domain, then you write out a list of your values and what you want to accomplish within those domains, and then you're going to rate them from easiest to hardest. Now, this is kind of an issue. This is kind of a hard thing to do, but then you prioritize them. Which ones are like the most important? Maybe playing with your kids is the most important, but it might be one of the hardest because you work all the time. So maybe you can set it up so in a month you start, for this month, maybe you start backing away from work. So you get off a little bit earlier, you get home a little bit earlier, and you can play with your kids or read them, stories at night or whatever that looks like. That is up to you. So be specific with it. But if that's a 3, you might have to start working now. If it's a 1, maybe it's, I can pack my lunch tomorrow and start eating healthier and stop spending money. Maybe that's a 1. Or maybe that's a 2 for you. Maybe it's, you could start doing it tomorrow, but the motivation or the discipline's not quite there. You have to schedule it. Put it in a calendar. My friend, talking about Evan Profond tonight, my friend said, you have to put it in a calendar. Put it in a calendar so you don't forget it. If you schedule it, if you set an alarm for it, you're more likely to do it. Put it in your calendar. Put it on a schedule so that you're more likely to do it. Monday night at 7 o'clock, I'm going to read my kids' stories for bedtime. Boom. Nice and easy. So next, I'm going to be talking about mindset. I'm going to go a little bit more on values, just a little bit more, and then I'm going to switch into mindset in achieving these goals. So with that being said, like, subscribe, follow, blah, 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 all that jazz. If you're interested in hearing more, also comment what it is that you struggle with the most or what you want to hear more about. Thanks.